Hi, I'm Dr. Rayshawn Ray, aiming to speak truth to power, and this is my daily thought. Today I want to talk about the contradictions of a white, black, and blue America. The contradictions of a white, black, and blue America. Black as in people like me, people who look white on the other end, everyone else in the middle, and supposedly blue for cops and people who support them in a separate category. Let me tell you the fallacy with this logic. Montrell Jackson was one of the police officers killed during the Baton Rouge attack. He was the father of a 4-month-old baby boy. He, like Dallas trauma surgeon Dr. Brian Williams, are both black and professional and simultaneously represent the contradictions of an alleged white, black, and blue America. I want to read a Facebook post that Officer Montrell Jackson wrote days before he was gunned down and killed in the streets of Baton Rouge. And in doing so, I want to provide a sociological analysis of this post because I think that it is so important, it's so profound that I think people need to get this. He starts off by saying, "I'm tired physically and emotionally, disappointed in some family, friends, and officers for some reckless comments. But hey, what's in your heart is in your heart." See, here he's talking to mostly black family members and then his mostly white police officer colleagues and friends of all hue. Moreover, what he's saying is we are all complicit in this. We are all complicit in what's happening in this country. He goes on to say, "I still love you all because hate takes too much energy, but I definitely won't be looking at you the same." Here, Montrell is saying you lack empathy, right? He's saying that you lack empathy. You are the problem. Thank you for showing your true colors beyond the badge, beyond our supposed collective blackness, and beyond your fake white smiles in my face while you make racist comments behind our backs and let others do the same. While you engage in complicit discriminatory acts of racism on a daily basis, thank you for letting me know who you are. He goes on to say, "Thank you for everyone that has reached out to me or my wife. It was needed and appreciated. I swear to God, I love this city, but I wonder if this city loves me." Deep. I mean, just deep. Officer Jackson then says, "In uniform, I get nasty, hateful looks. And out of uniform, some consider me a threat." See, in this statement, Montrell Jackson captures how blacks are unable to benefit from our continued regime to legitimize our existence through politics of respectability, through being noble, through being righteous, through actually being the law, as in a police officer. Blackness will never be synonymous with law abiding. This is the central problem. Montrell Jackson highlights how blackness is viewed as inherently linked to criminality, and when he is out of uniform, he represents that. When he is in police uniform, he now represents an alleged law-abiding system that blackness will never be compatible with. He goes on to say, "I've experienced so much in my short life in these past 3 days that it's tested me to the core. When people you know begin to question your integrity, you realize they don't really know you at all. Look at my actions. They speak loud and clear." The word core. See, this word speaks to the mental and emotional scarring that black people carry daily as we deal with implicit bias and structural racism. Put simply, this is one of the intersections. For Montrell, he has an added intersection, his blueness. His blueness represents a system not to be trusted. And research shows that this system actually devalues black lives. We can't work our way around that. We can't explain it away. It is there. It is profound. It has been in studies since the beginning of time that black bodies are devalued by a criminal justice system and the state in ways that whiteness is not. Now, his social identity as a black man and a cop are in contradiction with one another. And he feels this at his core as he tries to cope with that contradiction and sit in the margins for unity. Sitting in the middle is difficult. People don't see intersections, can't even acknowledge them. And those that can see them sometimes don't want to. He also capitalized the words loud and clear. Here, Montrell is saying, what else can I do for you to see my entire humanity as a black man and a cop? Right? I am dynamic. I am heterogeneous. I am America. Right? But instead, that's not how people see him. Then Montrell does what people do who show empathy and carry the baggage of societal contradictions and intersections with them. He thinks about everyone else but himself. Black women have been doing this since forever. So it's interesting that it actually might take a black man being a cop to actually do so. Officer Jackson says, finally, I personally want to send prayers out to everyone directly affected by this tragedy. These are trying times. Here he's praying for not only slain police officers, but also slain black people and his colleagues who and people who he thinks represent his family members and colleagues as police officers who put their lives on the line every day and aim to work in systems that may actually restrict their ability to make important policy changes and changes on the ground level in the streets they work in. He concluded by saying, please don't let hate infect your heart. The city must, in capital letters, and will, in capital letters, get better. I'm working in these streets, so any protesters, officers, friends, family, or whoever, if you see me and need a hug or want to say a prayer, I got you. All I can say is wow. Similar to Pastor Clementi Pinckney, who was slain in the AME Church massacre in Charleston, in Montreal Jackson, we lost a good one. If we are to find martyrs to help us move forward as a nation, surely Montreal Jackson is it. Do not let his words and his life go in vain. We do so, though, by continuing to operate in a broken system that discriminates against people based on skin color and continuing to let our silence be our acceptance. Finally, we need a real un-American reconstruction that really works. We need a 21st century American reconstruction as it relates to our criminal justice system. Tomorrow, I'll actually be discussing an op-ed written with University of Notre Dame Professor Dr. Robert Vargas and me, who wrote on how to stop the civil wars being waged all around this country. Robert is the brother of a cop. I'm the relative of 3 former police officers. We also sit at these intersections with Montreal Jackson as the ones who support police officers as they go to put their black and brown lives on the line, not only in uniform, but also out of uniform, and end up getting discriminated against the same individuals who they work with in a system that they unfortunately are also complicit in working in. As the title of our op-ed reads, and you can find this on Public Radio International, just go to www.pri.org and you'll actually see this. The title is, it's on all of us to stop the many civil wars being waged on our streets. Finally, feel free to follow me on YouTube to get your daily thought. And remember that conversations matter like Black lives and books. Thanks for tuning in as I aim to speak truth to power. Doc your change.